Morning in the chat on Vimeo and make sure that we're live here on, let's see here, those are old ones. There we are. Here's today's. All right, good. And let me say good morning in the Facebook feed. So today, what we're going to do, it's a lot different than what we've done before. The first thing I want to do is say thank you to all of those of you who watch this when it's not live, and then write in and give feedback or let me know how what we're talking about here at Dulcimer Crossing, or just doing in our worlds as musicians, is having an effect in your life. I got a long response from last week's "When is a tune not a tune" from someone who connected it with an important daily practice of meditation that was going on in that person's life. And, you know, it touches me deeply when what I do is helpful for you. And I think the important thing to think about is when you share music, you never know what you never know what's going to happen on the receiving end. Actually, I gave a concert earlier this week for the Dulcimer Players News Zoom room, and one of the questions that came in the Q&A that followed that was had to do with how do you know this person had shared some music, and normally there was an enthusiastic response, and this time there was no response. And so they were judging, did what I do, was it any good? Was it a waste of time? Did I play well? Was it the wrong choice? And all those questions that flood your mind. Um, and one of the things I said in the course of that conversation, because this person was asking, how do I make those decisions and how do I evaluate and how do I, how do I feel about it? As well, obviously, I'm human. I have all kinds of feelings about that. I have anxiety about putting myself out there with my music. It's vulnerable. Um, and when something doesn't go the way I want it to, I'm not happy about it. I'm surprised by it. I'm a little frustrated sometimes. Sometimes it's just the gremlins that reach up and trip your hands, whatever they're doing, whether they're hammering or picking or finger style. Um, they're looking for an opportunity to distract. And when they do, I'm not happy that they're successful. But in the end, I said, it's really your opinion of me is really none of my business. It's your business because it isn't me. My opinion of you is none of your business because it's not about you. It's what I'm going through. And a lot of times, what we do, people respond to, and we only see what their response is. We don't know what's going on behind. And sometimes the response looks like nothing. Sometimes the response looks like something that feels congruent, and sometimes it looks way off base from what was going on. But without checking it out, we don't know. So um, there's that first thing is just gratitude for when you share what happens here is helpful. Or if you find something that isn't clear or is in error. There have been several people here who have written to say, I thought it was this way. And I thought about it, it's like, well, I guess I misspoke. Or I need to hone how I'm saying it so I don't accidentally lead people into box canyons. So that's the beginning of what I'm saying today. But I also want to give you a sneak peek at the Dulcimer Crossing uh, reconstruction site. We have been undergoing about 9 months now of rebuilding the Dulcimer Crossing site. Um, Dulcimer Crossing was created by Linda Ratcliffe and myself. I had been teaching I wanted to teach dulcimers online. I was approached by the people that became jamplay.com to teach guitar online. I said, yes, if you let me teach dulcimers after we get guitar going. And they said, sure, we'll do that. And then they realized that doing the guitar was overwhelming them. They couldn't add another instrument. And so I was disappointed, but I was enjoying teaching guitar, but I didn't have the experience or the know-how to put together how do you do this online? We started the all that stuff back in 2005. So Jam Play, launched officially in 2006, is now 15 years old. Can you believe it? And um, soon after that, I kept looking and could not. I would investigate. And then I got this email out of the blue from Linda saying, "Would you like to partner with me on making a site to teach dulcimers online?" And all I could think of is, this person is reading my mind. Well, we'd already become acquainted because she had attended some of my workshops that I gave in Houston when she came from the Virgin Islands, where she was living. Now, I'd always lived where there were no dulcimer players, but when she went to the Virgin Islands, she was the dulcimer player. So we had that in common, but we also have a love for helping other people gain their footing and understanding and benefit from the skills and experiences of others so that they can play the music that's in their soul. So we began working together, and we did a bunch of test things. We The internet and technology and how videos get created and where they get stored has changed so much in all that time. We officially launched, we did an unofficial soft launch for almost a whole year in 2010, and had a bunch of charter members that helped us get going. And that was really, we were really grateful to them for that. And then we gave the official heads up, we're ready to go. The grand opening in the beginning of 2011. So this is our 10th anniversary. In that time, a lot has changed behind the scenes on the internet, and producing and hosting videos has changed, and making them available in a way that makes sense for how people learn has changed as well, because people have become much more comfortable with all the different ways we can learn online, where before there was a lot of resistance to that. So let's take a look just at Dulcimer Crossing, and I want to Chrome tab. That's what I'm looking for. Here is our site right now, Dulcimer Crossing. And you can see we have a lot of information here. We have our teachers, our lessons, how you become a member. We have, and well, we when the everything Dulcimer went away, we put together a listing of clubs all over the country. And so all you got to do is click on a state. Let me click on Colorado, and that shows all the people that we know about who are doing something in Colorado. Right now, there's nothing in Idaho. Gonna have to do something about that. There's a bunch in California where I came from. That's just the clubs listing. But we also, let's come over to this page. Nope, the Y join. Our students. Linda put together some years ago this map of where our students come from. And we've got a student in more than one in the Middle East / in Israel. We've got a bunch of around in Northern Europe, in South America, New Zealand, Australia, all over the United States, and Canada. Let's see, it looks like we've got a bunch of provinces in Canada that are covered. So this is fine. We have a lot going on here, but the way the site is put together makes it difficult to make changes, and there are easier ways to do that. So that's what we're working on. In addition, we've had a lot of questions that have come up from people saying, how do what I've done this, now what do I do? Then now what? And in order to address that question, I did create this practice flow chart to help us. And I'll share that here. I've finished the Absolute Beginner series. Now what do I want to do? I want to use what I've learned, so I'm going to go over to the songs, and that will take me, I realize it needs more skills, so I'll go look at the skills lessons, then I'll come back to another level songs. This is a general move of I'm ready for more. Maybe I get done and I really realize there's some skills, absolute beginners, that I need to work on. Or I want to better understand how music works. So I'm going to go to theory and arranging or performing and teaching, and I'm going to go back and review and work through this flow chart in a lot of different ways that I can. So that is a guide, but it still for some people is not, doesn't provide the clarity they're looking for. And they find we all have different learning styles. That's just the way that is. And there's nothing wrong with it. It just is what it is. And we're trying to respond to the way that people learn. So what we're doing, let me find that tab, is building. I got to get back to, I've got to find my location here. There we go. Membership sites. Courses. We're putting together our lessons in courses. And so let me show you this one that we've got built in the new site. And to do that, I've got there we go. Let's share the screen. So now we're going to take a look at the Dulcibro course. This is the intro lesson series where you can see we have a photo, we have the introduction, we have a listing of all the lessons that are here. Interspersed, we can in the different modules. So this is the entire course. Here's the first module, 6 lessons in that one. Then a second module focuses on the left hand. The next module focuses on the right hand with some tools for using that, playing some songs, playing a song with a melody, and then several other songs. So it just keeps on going. This is a very, and then some performances to look at as examples of things. So now let's just click on this beginning and get into here and see what it looks like when we're in the lesson. And you can see that when you're done, you can see how many are here. You can mark it as complete. That particular one this one doesn't talk about anything that's written, so there are no written stuff that's necessary. I'm going to collapse that menu. Here we are, and you can see that when we have a PDF, it's right here next to the lesson itself, and you can view it in addition, or you can print it out. We can also move through the lessons clicking on the arrows. When these are complete, let's mark this one as complete. You can see it's got a check mark here, and I can go back and easily see, oh, I've done this one, I've done that one, I've done this one, I've done that one. And you can also comment on the lesson. You can ask some questions. You can comment on what you learned from this one, and those are there to interact with other people. There's a forum that is not built yet, but we're going to have a forum where you can share your understandings and growth with different people. So this is what the lessons are going to be looking like. Now let's go back and let's look at application window. Did that. Here we go. This will be, some of the lessons will be available. So I have to get to it. Not you. There, nope. Too many windows open. So now I have to, here we go. Okay. So you can see we have the description. There's a sample lesson here so that you can see what's going on in this lesson. And then it demonstrates what we're going to get. You're going to get lessons that are like they are now, but they're going to be optimized for being on a computer, on a tablet, on a phone, in addition to the PDFs and everything else that goes along. We have some quotes from students who have benefited from this class, the introduction to the teacher. So this is what's in the process right now. We're moving things in the background, and we're going to be under construction for a little bit, but that's what's happening. So let me pause now and just see if you have any questions. Hey, Rusty, how are you? We will maintain all the lessons we have. They're just going to be put together in a way that makes a little more sense for moving through them. And then when you've completed a lesson, there will be suggestions for where you might go next. Is our plan. And back here. And then here's something that's big though that I want to let you know about, because this is important. But I want to get my visual up here so you can see it. Nope. That was the wrong place to look. Nope, that's not it either. Huh. I wonder where that went. Sometimes in the construction. Oh, good suggestion, Jim. We certainly could. The right now knowing where the clubs are comes from the information from the clubs themselves. So I'll make a note of that to um, have Linda add that to the next newsletter that we send out. If you have a Canadian club or any other club that gathers anywhere around the world, please let us know, and we'll um, find out a way to list those. Okay. Let's see if I can find the one I'm looking for here. Okay, I found it. Yay. We're going to share Chrome tab. Here we are. We're going to have 3 different levels of membership. We're going to move everyone. Everyone is going to get all the benefits of what is now the premium membership at Dulcimer Crossing. If you want to bump up to the next level, in addition to everything that currently is available, we're also going to have the a special live event with a different teacher every week, in addition to our current live events, which is the live streaming. Will and That's the workshop level. Then we're going to have an access to the live workshop with one of our instructors in a replay. I guess that's not showing the way I needed it to. So let's stop that sharing. You're not seeing what I'm seeing. Oh, the wrong thing was being shared. Sorry. There we go. This is the correct one. So what is called premium right now will become the do-it-yourself level, which is everything for you to do it as you're working your way through. The workshop level will include monthly live events on Zoom that will be archived, and you will have access to those. So if you can't be there when it's happening, you can participate in it when it is available. Then the mentorship level is where, in addition to the do it yourself level and the workshop level, you also get the opportunity to have a half-hour monthly lesson from one of our instructors each month. So it is a deal for you as well as a deal for them. And so this is the way we're moving. A lot of us are do it yourself people. We've got to try it and find it. Um, some of us learn better in a group and we want to ask questions of a live instructor. And then some of us really want that one-to-one contact. And this is a way to do that, plus have the benefits of all the other things. So these are all of the things that we're working on that are changing what's going on at Dulcimer Crossing. There will be, Jim, there will be a forum where that can happen. And that'll be part of the do it yourself. That everyone will have access to that. Excuse me. But that's another good suggestion. So thank you for that. Thank you for those suggestions. And that's our sneak peek today. Um, I know Jim, you and others have had a longer history with Dulcimer Crossing and have some good suggestions and experience. And so we always welcome that. You can share those ideas and feedback with me at steve@dulcimercrossing.com. And we'll be encouraging some people to make the shift earlier so that they can beta test things, and they got to be able to wear reinforced toe, steel toe work boots and a hard hat and not be afraid of some dust. Of course, with masks on, we're that helps with the dust, right? The dust, um, so that we can find out where there might be a gap or something's not quite working. So if you are someone who's interested in that kind of beta testing, please let us know too, so that we can, as we go through another step, the price of the DIY will be the same as premium right now. So I didn't show prices, did I? Let me go back. I guess I was trying to concentrate on the let's here's what we're going to be doing. So let me share that again. I need the tab again, don't I? There we go. DIY will be 25 a month, the workshop level will be 50, and the mentor level will be 99. So it's like for $25 you get access to everything on the site. For another 25 you get access to the live events that happen, as well as the archive of all the live events. This will include the ones that we've done thus far. So the whole year of Leap Forward in Your Music Theory, musical understanding is going to be included in this as well. And then for another $49, you get a private lesson each month. So this is the direction we're going in order to provide the service and be able to compensate the instructors who are doing the live events and the teachers who are doing the individual lessons. Do it yourself is access to everything that is currently a premium thing on our site, but it's at your own pace, self-guided, and a lot of us have done a lot of our learning that way. And I'll just go back and share. Here's the Dulcimer Crossing current website. Here's our available lessons grouped by skill level, and then by genre, and then by teacher and instrument. Um, and these are grouped by tunes as well as skills for both kinds of dulcimer. In addition, going back to home, we have lessons for mountain chromatic dulcimer, hammer dulcimer, dulcibro, and fiddle from all these teachers so far. Yes, you're welcome. Now, the final thing I want to share with you is next week are the beginning of my online classes. Or Chrome tab, that's the one I want. Online classes. There we go. So 6 weeks of classes that are 50 to 60 minutes long. People say a lot of stuff, but this is the link. I'll put it in the chat. And here are the classes that I'll be teaching this time. There'll be a mountain dulcimer repertoire class that'll include some arrangements, preview arrangements from my forthcoming book by Hal Leonard, 51st Songs of Mountain Dulcimer. Jim Croce's tunes will be part of those. I have permission from Ingrid to teach those. The beauty of this book is that Hal Leonard is paying for the permissions for copyrighted music. And so music that a lot of us want to learn but want to teach but have not been able to teach will be available. And this will be a preview of that. The book should be out later this year. I'm also teaching a hammered dulcimer repertoire class. Old time, there will be Celtic, old time, waltz, mixed Lydian, crooked, just some fun tunes. Then also dulcibro, playing resonator dulcimer. And if you don't have a resonator dulcimer but are interested in this one, I do have nut lifters available that I could send you, and you could adapt your mountain dulcimer by lifting up the strings at the nut to play in a slide way. If you're a guitar player, this is a class that used to take a month, but people felt like they were drinking really out of a fire hose. So we're going to take 6 weeks to explore 30 different fingerstyle exercises I've created based on Beethoven's familiar Ode to Joy, and in order to help us with our fingerstyle skills and arranging skills. And then I'm going to be teaching again my beginning hammer dulcimer class, what I wish I knew when I got started. And I'm going to share this other screen with you. Just one more, and then we are done. And this shows the different the classes of it. There are 5 classes that are available. They all begin next week. Dulcimer is on Wednesdays. Guitar is on Thursdays. What I wish I knew is Monday afternoons. Oops, it's got the wrong picture, doesn't it? I better fix that. The hammer dulcimer repertoire is Monday morning, and the mountain dulcimer repertoire is early Tuesday afternoon. So that's what's coming up. The Pocono Dulcimer Festival is next weekend. The Manuka Dulcimer Festival is the beginning of next week, Monday through Wednesday. Pocono starts with a concert on Thursday night, I believe, and runs through Sunday. I'll be teaching workshops on Friday and Saturday. The registration deadline has passed, but concerts will be taking place on Friday, Saturday, and so I guess there's an opening jam on Thursday. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are the concerts, and I'm playing in the closing spot on Saturday night. And that one's hosted out of up northeast Pennsylvania, so it's based on the Eastern time zone. Manuka is hosted in the Columbia River Gorge in the Pacific time zone. So the beauty of this world is that I can go from my own time zone to the West Coast for the beginning of the week and then go to the East Coast for the end of the week without jet lag. And that is something I'm grateful for, and without schlepping instruments all over the place. Orientation and jam on Thursday. Thanks, Jim. Well, it is that time. I'm going to bid you adieu to you and you from Sound of Music, and I will look forward to seeing you next week. As always, if you have questions, you can leave them here in the chat, or you can write to me at steve@dulcimercrossing.com. Thank you for attention, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.